What's up? How you doing? Good to see you. Analog Attack here, Sunday morning, Osaka City, Japan. It's hot and steamy. Can you hear the cicadas? Noisy little buggers. But they're only here for a short time, and it's the sound of summer here in Japan, so shouldn't grumble. Now today, going to get to a band I've been meaning to get to for a while. One of my all-time favourites. Of course, talking about the mighty Deep Purple. What I'm going to do, I'm going to rank the studio-only albums, no live albums, no greatest hits, but just the early stuff really. Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3, and the one record they did with the Mark 4 lineup. Nothing from the 80s. I'm going to actually talk about one record from the 80s right at the end. We'll get to that. But yeah, so I guess my journey with Deep Purple, they were one of my favourite bands from an early age. So Deep Purple, Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd. They were the big four for us lads at the boarding school there where I grew up, and we only had a little record player, and we had a sort of handful of records between us, and a lot of tapes as well. Sort of managed to get some dubbed tapes. I can't remember what albums I had though by Deep Purple on tape at that point, but I know that the records that we had and we played to absolute death would have been this one, 24 Carat Purple, of course, compilation collection, nice price, cheapo, budget compilation. But this one, I don't have it now, but Deepest Purple was another one that we had. We played that a lot, so 24 Carat Purple and Deepest Purple. And also I guess this one, I'll include this one, one of us had a copy of this, made in Japan. It's called Live in Japan. This is Japanese pressing, so they called it Live in Japan. So those two compilations and this record were the ones that we were our sort of gateway into Deep Purple, and later would sort of go on and start buying the actual studio albums when we could. But I think I'm pretty sure I had Burn on tape as well, because I remember loving that title track as a boy. I don't think we had the record, but Burn. But I'll get to that later. What I'm gonna do, gonna rank the albums as usual. Don't take the ranking too seriously. Bear in mind I've been living with these albums on and off since sort of 1979, 1978, 1979. So, you know, sometimes you can overplay an album, and I think this applies to a lot of bands, and a lot of people are sort of my age. We've sort of played a lot of records to death, and so we've kind of got a little bit tired of them, so we've kind of gone off and explored maybe sort of the lesser known or the lesser loved records in a band's discography, especially Black Sabbath. That's definitely happened with me. I'll get to that in another video, but I think for me Deep Purple is the same. So my ranking of the records is going to sort of reflect that. So don't be too angry if there might be some controversial choices in here. All right, so I'm not gonna rank this one either. This is the live concert at the Albert Hall, composed by John Lord. I think this is a bit of an anomaly in the catalogue, so I'm not gonna include this one in the ranking. What do you think? You like this record? I'm not really a fan, to be honest, but I think if I was going to rank it, it might come actually right at the bottom. So there you go. I have ranked it. This is right at the bottom for me. When did this come out? Don't know. 1970, 69, something like that. This is Japanese pressing, nice heavy pressing, but I'm not a huge fan of this record. All right, so let's start the ranking ranking proper, and the bottom three are all going to be from that Mark 1 lineup, and these three could be in any order really. There's not much to separate the three, but I went with Shades of Deep Purple as my number 10, and you know, Deep Purple were really just sort of a psychedelic pop band really, weren't they, at this time. And you know, I've got the cover version of Help, a lot of cover versions. Even, I mean, Hush was also a cover version, but I don't mind that song. I think Mandrake Root is the most interesting track from this record, but really psychedelic pop. A few years ago I went through a bit of a phase of really sort of getting into these three first Mark 1 records, but I don't know. What do you think? Any fans of this? Alright, so next, number 9. This one definitely, this is a great cover art on this one though. The Book of Taliesin, from 1968, just a few months later. So they put out 2 records in 1968. Busy Lads, again, cover versions. Hard Road's not bad. I mean, Kentucky Woman, Neil Diamond cover, cover version of River Deep, Mountain High. I can't really pick out, anything that really stands out for me on this. I mean, the shield's okay. Let's have a little look at the gatefold. Oh, yeah, look at the lance. Ooh, lovely gatefold, but not too different from Shades of Deep Purple. Moving on to 1969, June 1969, self-titled. Great covers. Hieronymus Bosch painting on the cover. Great cover. Really dark. And let's have a little look at this one. I think, yeah, obviously this is my favourite of the first three. Chasing Shadows, Blind. It's got a Donovan cover on it. Yeah, I don't know. Again, this one is a little bit better than the first two, but yeah. Also, it's a bit of a hodgepodge. This sort of some of the tracks are recorded live, different recording sessions, this, that, and the other. But not bad album. Sort of cover belies sort of what's inside, really. So that's the end of the Mark 1 era. And of course, Mark 1, Rod Evans was the vocalist and Nick Simper was the bassist. Now, for me, if you want to check out some good stuff done by Nick, you want to check out the two records by the band Warhorse that he was in. Then he put out two records in the early 70s. This one, these are kind of reissues, different artwork. Is Warhorse Red Sea. This one, they broke up in 1974, but Nick Simper played bass. This is sort of more heavy rock, and not poppy. So check out Nick Simper in Warhorse. Lovely stuff. And while we're here, might as well talk about Rod Evans as well. And if you want to check out Rod Evans, he wasn't really suited to Deep Purple, but I tell you who he was suited to: this band, Captain Beyond. This record, the first record, and even the second record, amazing vocal performance on this record. So if you want to check out Peak, Rod, look no further than the first or second Captain Beyond albums. Classic stuff. Okay, let's move to number 7 on the list. Sorry, number seven. And I'm moving to the Mark II lineup now. Of course, Gillan, Glover, Lord, Pace, Blackmore, the classic Mark II lineup. But I'm going to go with this record from 1973. Who do we think we are? There we go. Of course, it's got Woman from Tokyo, Mary Long, Super Trooper, Smooth Dancer, Rat Bat Blue. I like that song. Place in Line, and Our Lady. But for me, this is sort of a big step down from all the other classic Mark II records. Doesn't even come close, and doesn't really gel well as an album. And I've never ever sort of gotten really deep into this record. But maybe you never know. In a few years, I'll do this again, and I'll be like, oh, I was wrong about that record. Some deep cuts on side 2. But for now, it's going to kind of rank pretty lowly for me. What's inside? Nice. I like the inside. Look, what? Sort of newspaper clippings there inside. But yeah, definitely the worst of the Mark II line. But of course, Martin Birch though on the controls. Okay, let's move into number 6. Number 6 is going to be from the Mark III lineup, and I'm going to go with this one, Stormbringer from 1974. Great artwork. Of course, David Coverdale has come into the band now, and Glenn Hughes has replaced Roger Glover. And of course, Glenn also contributes a lot of vocals too. Didn't need to Deep Purple on that. There's some mixed opinions about the Coverdale Hughes sort of vocalizations. I'm a big fan. I didn't used to be, but I've really grown to love the Coverdale Hughes era of the band. Title track is a masterpiece, and I'll also go for the song The Gypsy. That's amazing. I was watching YouTube, and there was a version quite recently at Whitesnake. It's got the Purple tour, and Whitesnake sort of did a few Deep Purple songs on that tour. Amazing version of Gypsy by Whitesnake. But yeah, for me, yeah, title track Gypsy, and Lady Double Dealer also. It's a good track from this record. So nice album, good stuff, funky. All right, let's move on. Now this might be a bit controversial for me. Number 5, I'm going to go with Fireball from 1971, Harvest Records. There we go. Of course, the Mark II lineup. Yeah, there we go. Fireball, obviously great track. I've got the single on that. I play that one. I used to play that a lot when I DJ'd at sort of punk gigs. It's a real fast-paced pumper. That song in it. Title track. No, Strange Kind of Woman. That was one of our favourite tracks from that was on 24 Carat Purple and maybe Deepest Purple. The Mule, Fools, No One Came, and Anyone's Daughter on side 1. Good record, but again, this was also another sort of step down from the other two Mark I albums that I'm going to get to later. Nevertheless, good record. Alright, what's next? Oh, this could cause some controversy. This one sort of coming above Fireball, but I love this record. Over the last sort of 3-4 years, I've sort of really grown to love this record. Come Taste the Band, the only record from the Mark IV lineup. Blackmore's out, Bolin's in. Look at that, it's a bit of a saucy cover. It's funky, yeah, I use the F word, funky, soulful, bluesy, but I absolutely love this record. Coming Home kicks off, what a barnstormer of a song. Lady Luck, Getting Tighter, Dealer, I Need Love, Drifter, Love Child, This Time Around, O to G instrumental, and You Keep On Moving, which is sort of a slower, almost ballady type of song, but it's amazing. Honestly, as you can tell, I'm getting excited talking about this record. I think it's amazing, but if you're not into sort of soulful or funky sounds, then this record might not be for you. But I'm telling you, this is why I'm ranking this one so high. Underrated platter, in my opinion. Come Taste the Band. Look at the lads sort of in the wine glass there. Lovely stuff. Love it. Okay, so I guess that means we're in the top 3, doesn't it? So for me, number 3, Machine Head from 1972. Of course, Mark II lineup, classic lineup. This is kind of almost flawless. Highway Star, Maybe I'm a Leo, Maybe I'm a Leo, not so good. Picture of Home, Never Before, good song. Smoke on the Water. Are we tired of Smoke on the Water? I know I'm tired of it. I don't need to listen to that song ever again. Lazy and Space Trucking. Now, that's what I was going to say. Like back in the day, I used to prefer the live versions of all these songs, like Space Trucking and all that, the 20-minute version stuff. But it's weird because I am a sort of, a guy who kind of loves prog, and I do like improvisation and stuff. And I know that Deep Purple did a lot of improvisation. No single, every performance was different. They'd never played the song the same way twice. But for me, I've sort of grown. I think just the normal studio versions for me are more enjoyable than the 20-minute freak out versions that they did. Even Child in Time, I prefer the studio version. But you sort of change over the years, and I've come to appreciate the standard studio versions. But obviously, this is a masterpiece of a record. But for me today, coming in at number 3, which means 2 more left. You can probably guess what the next 2 are, but can you guess the order? Well, I'll give you a hint. Number 2 is going to be from the Mark III lineup. Of course, I'm talking about the incredible Fiery Burn. Title track, probably one of the best riffs Ritchie Blackmore has ever put into tape. Amazing. Might Just Take Your Life, another great rocker. And of course, Mistreated is one of the highlights of this record. Slow, bluesy burner, you know, it's a real fist raiser. I love that song. This, again, another one that I've always liked this album, but as you can see, it's shot like almost right to the top of my favourites. And there's some that great footage, isn't there, of Deep Purple from the California Jam. It's on YouTube. Amazing. Coverdale is really young, so it looks a bit nervous, but I love that. I'm gonna go and watch that actually after I finish this video. So yeah, number 2, Burn, raging record, which of course means that, and this is probably a popular choice for a lot of people, number 1, Deep Purple, In Rock, the first record with the Mark II lineup. This is flawless, a flawless platter, no bad songs in it. Speaking, Bloodsucker, Child in Time, Into the Fire, Flight of the Rat, Living Wreck, Hard Loving Man, no ballads, just rocks from start to finish. Classic Desert Island disc for me, one of the sort of my favourite top 20 records of any genre of all time. Fantastic. If there's only one Deep Purple record that you need, this is the one that you need, and Burn, of course. But yeah, that's going to be my favourite for today. In Rock, masterpiece. Now I'm going to mention this next record. It's weird because for me, because I'm an old bloke, I sort of still consider this one to be the sort of new Deep Purple album, and it's actually sort of from 1984. And you know what? Back in 1984, I didn't even know this record existed. I'd sort of moved into hardcore punk. I'd stopped listening to heavy rock and metal, not metal so much, but Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple. I'd forgotten about them a little bit, so I had no idea this record existed. And I mean, it might have even been about 10, 15 years ago that there was some talk about it on the internet. Perfect Strangers. So I found a copy cheap in Osaka here, and got it home. I couldn't stand it. It's like that real 80s production, and I sort of tried to get into it. I sold it, but then recently I've been watching a lot of Martin Popoff. He's the king, and the master, the Professor Popoff. I've been watching some of his stuff on YouTube and his podcasts, and this is his favourite Deep Purple record of all time. So after I heard that, I thought, well, I'm going to go and give it another chance. So I found a copy. It was like 300-400 yen. You know what? It's not bad. I played it a couple of times. I'm not sort of really qualified to rank it anywhere, but I think, I'm going to be getting into this year. This summer, I'm going to be spending a bit more time getting to know the Perfect Strangers. So look forward to that. All right, that's it. That was pretty short. I just want to say that this coming Thursday, 9 p.m. Japanese time, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's going to be a special Hawkwind video that's being done in conjunction with Negative Insight fanzine. If you look at my channel, you can see I've set it for premiere, so to premiere that time. So press whatever button you need to press to remind yourself to watch that video. It's a good one. All right, thanks for watching. Until next time, stay healthy, especially now, and of course, stay. Where is he? Where's Lemmy? There he is. Stay clean.